some of the best fun I had this year was coming down to
Legends Field.
Legends Field.
Historic Legends
And the
Field.
food is excellent.
We're here at headquarters at Champions Events, and a local legend, we can say. Steve Grilli is with us, and
Father
of the legend.
Right.
No offense.
No, hey.
Of Jason Grilli, grilled cheese, fire up the grill. Okay, so this is going to be a shoot-around session. This is going to be a quick 3 questions that our staff came up with. We set this up before you even showed up today.
Okay.
You didn't even know what was happening.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So you thought you were just coming just to talk and have some fun, but
okay.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. So there's always been talk about expansion teams in the MLB. Okay. Baseball America put out there that Portland might be a location or Nashville. We want to get your thoughts on a location for the next expansion team. And why?
Out of those 2 teams, I would lean towards Nashville. I've been to Nashville. I've never been to Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
And Nashville, they have major league teams there as far as other sports.
Yeah.
So I would like to see I'd like to see a team in Nashville. I think they would do well there.
So the office agrees with that. We do think Nashville.
Okay.
But can you think of another city in the country that you think, because I have one in mind, but I wanted to see what you would come up with that you think would be a really great city to embrace a Major League Baseball team?
Well, the fact that Tampa Bay has, they have good teams. Miami, they have good teams, and they don't draw. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with those cities, and I think
Nashville, I think, is a baseball town, no doubt about it. So I'm surprised they don't have it yet.
I think I'm hoping Jeter does something with Miami. I mean, they were competitive in the shortened season.
They're getting there.
And Tampa Bay, they just need a new stadium. They've got the players. They got the.
How many years have we been talking about this?
I know. I didn't actually play in that stadium, but I went there, and Jason played in that stadium.
Yeah.
And whoever's cooking somewhere in that stadium, you could smell it. You could see the smoke. It was horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
The Trop.
It's just not a good feeling to be in that stadium. They deserve a new stadium.
They do deserve a new stadium, and they're winning, so they deserve it. So mine was. Yes.
I think Montreal.
You're going back.
I think I would go back to Montreal. I love the city, number one.
So one of our staff members brought that up and said they try it. It'd be nostalgic reasons for people to show up, for the fans to show up, and then after a couple of years, you think it'll just trail off again because they're probably not going to be winning. Terrible to say that, but it sounds like it could be accurate.
But the Blue Jays don't want that because they are the only show.
They are the only show.
In that whole country.
That's wild.
Jason told me a funny story. When they were in Seattle, playing in Seattle, there were more Toronto Blue Jay fans at the game than Seattle Mariners fans. Yep. I
think Canada, it's a baseball. They love baseball. We know we're champions. We get a lot of baseball teams.
I was part of their organization in 78 when I was here in Syracuse, and they played the old exhibition stadium.
Yeah.
They didn't like baseball then. I don't think they even understood baseball way back then.
Really?
Yeah. It was
hockey.
The fans. Yeah, it was hockey. It's a hockey town. It'll always be.
I agree, but I definitely think it's changing though, Case, don't you think?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's changing.
It's changing. So anyway, mine was Vegas. You see it?
I've thought
hockey's there now.
Hockey's there now. They have a AAA team.
Football's there.
They have a AAA team.
And I just found out their name today, the Area 51s, which I think is a great name.
Yeah.
I thought Vegas. I don't know.
It's a major city. Like I said, there's Nashville.
Yeah.
You could throw Las Vegas in there. You can throw Montreal, Portland. You can do a lot of those cities, with hopes of that it would embrace baseball.
Yeah. I was gonna say hockey. I mean, their first year, I think they went to the Stanley Cup, if I'm not mistaken. So there you go. All right. So Vegas, you're saying Montreal. Here's the next question. So Rob Manfred has been coming out, or at least there's been rumors, I think. Case, right? Is that correct? Rumors? And there's nothing that's out there that he came out officially. But there's rumors out there that MLB is considering of moving the World Series to a neutral site from now on. As if like it were like the NCAA championship game. it's always because this year it was at a neutral site, right? It was in Texas, I believe. So they're thinking of I want to kind of get your thoughts on that. What do you think about? They actually make that,
and I've thought on that. I really have, because what I hate seeing is, we've been playing World Series games in November, and that's not right. And when you see guys bundled up, earmuffs, and
trying to get warm, just thinking about it.
And it takes away from the ability of these players to perform at their best.
So you're favoring? Are you favoring this?
I'm leaning towards it. I am leaning. It would take away from the fans that are truly fans, and I've been I've been to these games when the fans come out, and it's great. It's super, but I hate, and I think we're heading towards these northern cities that do have cold weather with domes.
Yeah.
Or even in Texas. When Jason played in Texas, he hated
Arlington,
it. I did too. It was like playing in 120 degrees.
Yeah.
Kansas City. We used to have to put special padding in our spikes because the AstroTurf back then, it was
so hot.
It was so hot.
Wow.
On the field, it was like 120, 130 degrees.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, with all these dome stadiums going up, here's my answer to your question. If they don't have domes and they're in the north, then it should be played at a neutral site where they can play it to the best of their ability and in decent weather.
My thought goes to the baseball player. I wonder what the players would. I wonder what their answer would be to that question. Would they favor going to a neutral site?
No, probably because they want home field advantage.
I think they want their fan. They want their fan base there.
And if you look at the statistics,
I know the fans want it there.
Statistically, I think a lot of teams have such an advantage
at home, no doubt.
To hear 40, 50, 60,000 people screaming
at
you.
It matters.
It matters. It does.
I mean, when you're watching these games now, like the NBA, any of these professional sports right now, NFL, empty seats. It's hard to even. You can't. It's hard for me to watch it. I don't know about you, but sometimes it's boring.
You can hear the players. You can hear the coaches. You can hear the audibles. You hear everything.
You can hear everything.
Some of the things you don't want to hear, but you can hear everything.
Right. All right. Last question. This is regarding Jason Grilli. We're gonna throw some stats at you, see if you can get this. Okay. We'll see how much you've been following him throughout his career. Can you put a number on the total appearances MLB career?
In his career?
MLB career.
I'm going to guess in the 500s. 300s?
595.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
We got a ringer. You got the questions beforehand.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Total strikeouts.
Ooh. Total strikeouts? I'm gonna guess. This is a guess too. That I don't know. I'm gonna guess 325.
How about times 2? 694 total strikeouts.
Wow. Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah. That's what I said.
I know he. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. Very important man.
I know he averaged a strikeout an inning for his whole career.
Yeah.
And he didn't become a strikeout pitcher until the end of his career.
Latter part.
Yeah. When he was in his late 30s, I want to say 2012.
Yeah.
He had like 90 strikeouts in 50-something innings. I remember that year.
You can see he can really start putting his game together in the latter part.
Well, I think Gary Sheffield had a large part to do it. I have to say that.
Gary Sheffield?
Oh, Gary Sheffield was his agent. And Gary told him at one point, he says, you fall in love with your sink. He goes, you're a short reliever. He says, let it go. He says, try to strike out everybody.
Wow.
Yeah, that's exactly
coming from a hitter. I love it.
Yeah, he says, try to strike out everybody. He says, you're trying to trick guys or be cute with the corners and stuff. He goes, you got good stuff. He goes, go after them.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay. What did he end up with his ERA?
Total?
Total.
I'm going to guess 4.34.
4.22. You're right there.
Ask me who had the better winning percentage.
Who had the better winning percentage? Of course, naturally.
Well, I was
Do you let him know this?
Oh, yeah.
When he wakes up every morning,
I tease him all the time. So look at the winning percentage.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that didn't make it in this question.
No.
So what year was his best ERA? And what was the number? Oh, we'll go with this. What year was his best ERA?
2012.
2011. It was 2011. 2011.
2011.
What team?
It was two teams, I think. 2011.
Yep.
He was with the Lehigh Valley.
Was he?
Pigs before he went to Pittsburgh.
Okay. Well, we have Pittsburgh written down here, so we're gonna have to check with our staff.
He was coming off of an injury.
Okay.
And he sat out all of 2010. 2011, the Phillies picked him up, and he was a non-roster player invited, and he wound up being an Iron Pig. And then
love that name.
He goes, and then it was a half a season basically for him, I think, with the Pirates. But I know 2011, 2012, and 2013. He was
dealing.
Good ERA.
So it was with Pittsburgh. That's what we've written down here. And what was that ERA?
1.92.
2.48.
Oh, okay.
So you're close though. You've been right there on the mark. Okay. The last one. Do you know what team and the year? I won't even go date because this is like really drilling down. What team and what year did he hit his home run?
Oh, he hit it against the Montreal Expos in Montreal.
Yeah.
He hit it against a fellow that I played with, son, Tony Amos Jr., I think it was.
Oh, wow.
And that was, what year you're asking?
Yeah.
That was 2001.
You got it.
And
we got a winner.
I got it. There's a little added to that story.
Oh, do you got it?
He did it on Easter Sunday. And when I saw him hit the home run, I turned to my wife and I said, "Hun, 2 miracles happened today." I said, "Jesus rose from the dead and my son hit a major league home run."
2 miracles.
So,
that's great. So that's it.
All right,
that's all we had.
This is fun. We can do this.
Thanks for stopping by HQ. We appreciate it.
I love coming here. You guys got a great operation. I'm not just saying that. You guys, I love baseball, and when I love seeing what you're doing for baseball, especially in my hometown, I'm loving it. Loving it. I tell you, some of the best fun I had this year was coming down to
Legends Field.
Historic
Legends
and
Field.
The food is excellent.
The food. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.